Drew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m. Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
On the Wilkin Drinking Eatery pregame show, we have head coach of the Wahpeton Huskies, Wade Gilbertson, getting ready for a senior night, the final home game of the year. Coach, what does it mean to be playing this final home game tonight?
I'm looking forward to it, and there's some things that we've worked on this week, and some little things that we've improved on as a team, both offensively, defensively, and within our culture, to tell you the truth. So I'm excited to see how the kids respond to that. I'm excited, as always, to play a football game. There's nothing better than going out on a Friday night and getting ready to play a football game and then playing that football game. It never gets old. It gets the blood flowing every single time. So really looking forward to our kids competing tonight.
I don't want to get too sappy with you, Coach, but this senior group, what does it mean to you?
Well, I mean, most of them have been in our program for 4 years. And they've gone through a little bit of attrition because they started with way more than what they have now as seniors. And so the ones that have been in the program for 4 years, and even the ones that haven't been for 4 years, I mean, it's always nice to see them get announced before the game. It's always nice to reflect upon some of the things that they've done in our program, the hard work that they've put in, the leadership that they've provided. And so, we're not done quite yet, but it is going to be the last time for a lot of them to play on to play on Frankfurt. And so I'm looking forward to that for them, and hopefully they'll come out and they'll want to compete like men, like they always do.
That's exciting. So enough of looking back. Let's look forward to tonight, Coach. Fargo South, one of the better teams in the state. The QRF is weird for everybody, but they are pretty much the second best team, give or take. The Bruins come in running a 4-3 defense. Tell me the offensive scheme. What's the game plan tonight?
Well, we're going to definitely take the conditions into consideration a little bit, that's for sure. But we're also going to throw a couple things at them that I know that they're not prepared for. How quickly will it take them to adjust? I don't know. But we're going to make them adjust to what they do. So we'll come out right away and we'll throw a couple of new wrinkles at them on defense. But they're going to have a lot of team speed, and they're going to have some size over there as well. They may not be as big as other teams we've faced in the past, but they're going to have a lot of team speed. And we're going to look to take advantage of our team speed out there as well. And so we'll take that the condition stuff into consideration. But a lot of times we're probably just going to do what we do, and conditions be damned. So we'll throw a few things at them to make them change some things up. That's for sure.
Well, that's exciting. And you look at it, too, on a senior night, the other side of the ball, South brings back, I think, most of their team from last year. I think they only have one underclassman who's starting, and I think that they have maybe like 2 guys in totality of the 22 starters on offense and defense who aren't a senior. So they come back with a lot of experience as well.
Yeah, they're going to come back with almost everybody from last year. They're going to start, I believe it's 10 seniors on defense, and they're probably going to start, it looks like, around 10 of them on offense. So, yeah, they're going to be senior laden, and they're going to have a lot of experience as well, and they haven't lost any coaches over there. And so they have another year of learning their scheme under their belt and mastering their scheme under their belt. So we look for them to be a solid football team. We look for them to have a solid game plan. We're going to have to come out and be excited to play against them, and we're going to have to come out and punch them in the mouth, so to speak, with the new stuff that we've put in to give ourselves a chance to win. And I think that if we can do that, then I think that we can have a chance to win. You know, we're banking on our home crowd being there for us tonight against a real tough team. We're banking on the elements possibly to help us a little bit, and then we're banking on our kids coming out and playing like it is their last home game. And so if we can do all of those things and put a good game plan together, we've got a puncher's chance.
And Wahpeton fans have shown up in droves the last couple of weeks. They have continued to support the team, so we hope that even with a little bit of rain, people still come out to support them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Yeah, absolutely. We want them... I know the elements are what the elements are at this time of year, but yeah, we definitely have had a pretty good crowd. And I tell you that I put our crowd up against anybody in the state. We've got a pretty good support here, and our our stands are usually filled.
So who should we highlight today? Is there somebody that you're thinking about coming into this game that you're like, this person is like kind of set up to have a big game for us on the Wahpeton side of things?
Well, yeah. I think that our receiving core is going to have to produce. We threw for over 300 last week, and we're probably going to have to throw for another 300 this week. And then we're going to have to get a few chunk plays on the ground as well. So I look for guys like Bjorn, Kubala, to have a decent night. I look for our receivers to have a decent night, and our ground game, I hope, is going to be working as well. But we're going to have to pick our spots. We're going to have to definitely keep them on their toes in our play calling, and we're going to have to kind of keep them guessing a little bit with what we're going to do. We're going to throw some motions at them, throw some different looks at them, try to give them a similar look at times, but do something different out of that look, those kinds of things, just to keep them guessing a little bit.
Head coach of the Wahpeton Huskies, Wade Gilbertson, talking to me. Coach, thanks so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
More of the Wilkin Drinking Eatery pregame show coming up in a moment on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
Mink Coat Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
Welcome back to the Woken Drinking Eatery pregame show on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW, as we get closer and closer to kickoff here in Wahpeton. Let's go through our let's go through our CHI St. Francis injury report. Right now, the Wahpeton Huskies are talking to head coach Wade Gilbertson, said that they're about as healthy as they could be. Last week, Omar Martinez missed the game against the Knights, and I chalked it up to that being part of the reason that the Huskies struggled on the defensive side of the ball. He's back tonight, and he said that head coach Gilbertson told us that most of the players who have been banged up were able to practice Thursday and then go through walkthroughs this morning, so they feel okay coming into this game. Otter Tail Power Company on for conservation power poll rankings. We'll start with the 2A division. Fargo North, 21st place votes at 7-0. They look like they're going to run away with the regular season title. Fargo South, 4-3 at number 2. Dickinson, 5-2 at number 3. Jamestown, 5-2 at number 4. And Grand Forks Red River, 5-3 at number 5. No others receiving votes this time. And for the AAA division, Fargo Shanley, 22 first place votes at 7-0. West Fargo Cheyenne, 6-1. Minot High, 6-1. Bismarck High at 5-2 at 4. And two teams tied for fifth in the polls. Davies at 3-4 and Mandan at 4-3. Others receiving votes, of course, Bismarck Century. So the Huskies coin toss goes their way as head coach Wade Gilbertson loves to start with the ball first. That's what they're going to do coming out of the south end zone. I think that the Bruins, did they lose the coin flip? I think they lost the coin flip, and the Huskies decided to take the ball to start this one. Like to be on offense first. I don't blame them. Get things going. So let's go through our Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley starting lineups for Wahpeton. Up front, playing center, senior, 5'11", 210, McCade Pickin at the guards. Hunter Bulkey, the 5'9", 160-pound sophomore, and Chase Marsh, the 5'10", 175-pound junior. You like to have those guards that are able to move around, get some pulling action. Left tackle Luke Anderson protecting his quarterback's blind side, 6'1", 210 sophomore, and Landon Ralph, the 6'1", 220 sophomore, on the other side of the line. So a young offensive line makes you feel like this is going to be a good offensive line in years to come. They've done a good job through the first half of the season. The second half of the season, the Huskies have struggled running the ball. Quarterback junior, 6'1", 140, Bjorn Kubala at running back. Mr. Electric, Traden Malk, the 5'9", 150-pound junior. And the wide receiver core tonight, junior, 6', 160-pound Jacob DeVries. J.D. Gomez, the 5'10", 140 junior. And Braden Stephens, the 5'10", 150 sophomore. So that'll be your starting lineup for the Wahpeton Huskies. For the Bruins, from Fargo South, the 4-3 defense eats up the running game. They are loaded with senior talent. Up front at defensive end on the left side, Matedo Graywin, the 6'2", 245-pound senior. On the other side, Trey Hoffert, the 6', 205-pound senior defensive end. In the middle, defensive tackles Andrew Weber and Brody Anderson, both 6'1". Weber at 250, Anderson at 285. Linebacker core led by three seniors as well. Dylan Elizondo, the 5'9", 180 outside linebacker on the left, and Javen Anderson, the 6', 160-pound sophomore on the right. In the middle, Dorian Sandness, the 6', 210 middle linebacker. Secondary, let's go with the Safety, strong safety, Demarion Semenko, the 5'9", 180-pound senior, and Aiden Hertz, the 6'1", 165-pound senior. And the two corners tonight, Dwayne Mitchell, the 6', 160 senior, and Avery Wolf, the 6'1", 155-pound senior. So that is your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. What's nice is we got the heat going behind us. We have the windows open in front of us, so we're going to get a nice foggy window throughout this game. So Huskies in their black jerseys, purple numbers, Bruins, white jerseys, brown numbers, gold pants, white helmets. So a matchup between two of the teams that before the season I think that most people considered South in the middle of the conversation, somewhere between 3 and 5 in the Eastern Bloc. And for Wahpeton, they came in this season like they come into most seasons, kind of underrated under the radar. Now at 2 and 4, Wahpeton has a long way to go, but a win against South on senior night would propel them back up into the conversation in the QRF code, and then next week's season finale in Turtle Mountain would put that much more weight on that game. But you got to get this one done first. Huskies have been known to surprise some teams. We'll see if they can do it tonight. We'll take another quick break, come back with kickoff. Wahpeton starting with the ball from their south end zone in a moment, right here on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW, your home for Husky Athletics.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go Hagel.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires, plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you, like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer. Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com. It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Hey, friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894. The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
AM 1450, KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton, and FM 94.3, K232 FH Breckenridge, the voice of the valley.
Welcome back to Wahpeton. Andrew Zimmel on the call with you as we get ready to get this one underway with the starting lineups being announced in stadium. So, good time to remind everybody you can watch on KBMW News Live on YouTube as well. KBMW News Live, your home for Twin Town Athletics as the Huskies and Cowboys both in play tonight. Breckenridge hanging out with Juanita Deer Creek. They are out there. And our guy, Turner Blofis, he made the trek out as well covering the Cowboys. So good luck to Blofis as well as good luck to the Cowboys. Also, want to thank all of our loyal subscribers on YouTube who are checking us out on the video stream, all 5. Yeah, we're doing good. And you know what? They always crawl in as the game continues. So want to thank everybody watching over there, including Mama Zimmel in Texas. We have our producer, Big Mike, with us this week, and I asked Big Mike, what are the big keys to this game? And he gave me a good one. He said, keep the ball dry. Wahpeton likes to run the RPO. They like to move the ball around. The last couple weeks, it's kind of been choked out of them. They haven't been able to get the ball into the hands of the guys that they want to make the plays. Nick Langenwalter, a senior, playing his final game here at Frank Vernon Field. The goal tonight will be keep the ball dry. Don't let the ball hit the ground. Last week against the Knights, Wahpeton had a couple of drops. That's credit to the defense as well. The defense was barring down on guys. But the goal tonight is to keep hold of that ball. Don't turn it over. Limit your turnovers. Limit your drops, and that's going to lead to longer drives. Wahpeton has loved to get the ball to start the game. They want to get as many offensive possessions as humanly possible in these games. However, these last couple weeks, stalled out to start. So you get the ball to start this one after winning the coin toss. You got to drive down the field and try to put points on the board early against a Bruins team who has their ears pinned back. For the Bruins, just keep doing what you're doing here. You did a good job of smothering the Bismarck St. Mary team last week, a close loss to Fargo North earlier this year. That's only the bad loss South has had. The rest of their losses have come to AAA teams. And that has been a real burr in the side of a lot of these AA teams, because South has gone and played a couple of 3A schools already this season, one division higher than the division that Wahpeton and South are in currently. And the question is either A, play the whole schedule at 3A, or don't play any games at 3A. Because what you do at that point is you kind of put the thumb on the scale of the QRF. How much does a 3A win or 3A loss matter versus a loss to a 2A opponent? That is what a lot of these other coaches have been talking about. And when I kind of prodded towards the southern side about that this week, they said, we like to play the most competitive schedule as possible. So I kind of get that. I understand where they're coming from. Iron sharpens iron for sure. They feel like playing a couple of 3A teams throughout their schedule makes them a better team as Wahpeton breaks through the banner, get this one started. Well, it wouldn't be a broadcast with myself on the call if we didn't complain about jerseys. Complain about jersey number. Wahpeton wearing their black jerseys, gold outlines, black numbers. tonight with the purple helmets. So we're going to try to get you as many correct numbers as possible. We know the body types of most of these guys on the field as they're running around, so we have a good idea of who is who. But I will say there are a couple of guys who, kind of a generic body types, and you got to wonder, is that a 5 or an 8 or a 7 with the black jerseys, black numbers? Back to return is DeVries and Traden Malk. Most teams have decided to kick away from Mr. Electric, Traden Malk. So DeVries is starting to pile up some of those kick return yards. Kicking for the Bruins is junior Keaton Docton. He's 6'1", 50-pound kicker. He punts as well for this team, so he does a little bit of everything, most on the special teams. Bruins kicking from their own 40 into the south end zone. Wahpeton getting ready to return. Both returners hanging around the 5-yard line. And a high short kick fielded near the 15. DeVries going to bring it out to the 20, to the 25. Makes another defender miss. Cuts it back to the right side. Fights off a defender. Brought down near the 30. So a pickup of about 15 yards on the kick return. Josh Bargiolo on the tackle for the Bruins. So Wahpeton starts off at their own 30. 70 yards to go. 11:48 left in the first quarter. 0-0 ball game in your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I want to thank you guys for tuning in on KBMW, the voice of the Valley, as well as on YouTube at KBMW News Live. Wahpeton comes out in a 4-receiver set, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, middle of the field. Kubla out of shotgun, Malk to his right. 3-4 defense. Cowbells ringing from the fan side of things as Hunter McCall giving the signs. 6 on the play clock. DeVries motioned in. Handoff to Malk on the left side of the formation and brought down for, if it's a short gain, it's giving him a couple yards. That ball, 11:35 left in the first quarter. Weber makes a tackle for the Bruins. So 2nd and 9 coming up from the 32. 11:22 left in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kubel out of shotgun. Takes the snap, handoff. No, play action pass, gets it out, and ball on the ground. So the intended receiver was Traden Malk. So they're splitting Malk out wide to start this one, putting him in the slot position. Interesting game call there. I guess that's a good way to kind of protect the body as well. Give the defense a different look. So Evan Docker in the backfield with Kubla. Malk comes back in the backfield. Docker going to bounce out into the slot on the left side. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 3rd and 10 from the 32, 11:09 left in the first quarter. First drive for the Huskies from their own 32. Fumble on the play as Malk looks like he jumped on top of it for a loss of maybe 2. So 4th and long coming up, and this is exactly what we said couldn't happen for Wahpeton. Do not want to turn the ball over or put the ball on the ground in any way, but to have your first offensive possession net -1 yard, not great. So play call coming in. I wonder if they're going to have to punt it here. First possession, 4th and 11 from their own 30, and they are. Malk goes back to the 20-yard line. High snap, and the punt is off. Bruins returner, fair catch is near the 40-yard line. So a 1st and 10 from the 42 for the Bruins, and the Bruins going to come out on the offense. Let's go through their starting lineup. At quarterback, it's junior Brevin Warwick. Running back, or fullback, is Dorian Sadness, and Demario Semenko, the 5'9", 180-pound senior running back. He's one of those guys you want to keep an eye on. Up front, got a couple of big boys. Average offensive line weight hovering around 220. 10:24 left in the first quarter. Bruins break out of the huddle. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Quarterback and fullback and running back to either side of him. Shotgun snap. Takes a snap, handoff to Semenko on the left side. Looking for room to run. Gets around the corner. Out for a first down and spun out of bounds near the 40-yard line. So a pickup of about 20 yards for Demarion Semenko. 1st and 10 as the Chang Gang moves down the field. 10:16 left in the first quarter. They saying he stepped out of bounds. Okay. short of the 45. So from the 47-yard line of the Husky side of the field, Bruins break the huddle from the far hash mark. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2 running backs in the backfield with work. Huskies in a 3-4 defense, walking 2 linebackers up to the line. Handoff again up the middle to Semeko for a pickup of a handful of yards. 10:05 left in the first quarter. 2nd and 7 coming up from the 39.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
9:55 left in the first. Work in the play call from the sideline, stepping back into the huddle. So Wahpeton's defense, they've struggled against the run all season long. They've had teams that have come in and really been physical up front. Semeko with a jet sweep to the left side and then a run up the gut, trying to feel out what this defense is going to give them. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back on either side of the formation. Handoff to Semeko again. Finds a hole on the left side. Fights off a defender. Fights off another one. See a black jersey jumping on top of him on the far sideline. Pickup of a first down and more. So the Chang gang moves from the far sideline. 9:24 left in the first quarter. Clock stops as they move the chains. From the 34-yard line, Evan Docker on the tackle for Wahpeton. Play call coming in. So the Bruins, 4 runs to start this one. Running back on either side of work. Wide receivers split out either side of the formation. Tight end on the right side. Handoff to Semeko again. Met at the line of scrimmage before he's able to break another run. Out to the 5, out to the 15 and pushed out. Good. It was one of those plays where you think that your teammates are going to jump on top of him and help you out there. Nothing was there yet.
At the 10-yard line, just outside the 10.
8:57 left in the first quarter.
Right on the 10-yard line.
First and goal from the 10, from the far hash mark. Receivers split out on either side of the formation. Running backs on either side of work. The junior quarterback got a shotgun. Wahpeton brings the house. Handoff to Semeko again on the left side. Jukes one defender, brought down. They're going to say he's short of the goal line. Dorian Zanis got the run up the gut. So second and goal from the 1. A 9-yard pickup from the fullback. 8:50 left in the first quarter. Bruins knocking on the door here. We'll see if they decide to go with under center, if they want to take another shotgun snap with the weather still being wet and rainy, 46 degrees and very moist outside as the drizzle continues in Wahpeton. They're going to go out of shotgun, running back and fullback on either side of the quarterback. Work out of shotgun. Hand off to the left side, and Semeko gets in for the 1-yard run. First quarter, 8:13 left in the first. A 1-yard run by Semeko. And they did not drop back to pass once on that drive. A 60-yard drive starting at their own 40. Driving down the field and scoring. So kicking into the south end zone. Kicker comes on, Dockin coming on for the extra point. Kick is up, and they're saying through the uprights, a 7-0 lead to start this one for the Bruins. We'll take a quick break, come back with more in a moment. 8:13, 7-0 lead for Fargo South on your i3G Sports Network.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Welcome back. Andrew Zillow on the call with you on 1450 KBMW as the Bruins drive down the field and score first. Score 7-0 with 8:13 left in the first quarter. Back to return. DeVries and Melk hanging out around their own 5-yard line. Last week, they were playing closer to the 10, so they're showing a lot of respect for Dawkins kicking. Another hard boot fielded near the 10-yard line. Bounces over the head of DeVries, able to recover it. Out to the 15, to the 20, up the left sideline, to the 30. Makes another defender miss, brought down close to the 40-yard line. So a 30-yard return from Jackson DeVries. Good field position. And when you have a guy like Trade Malk back there, you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, they're not going to kick to him, so our second return man has to come out with a little bit of energy, a little bit of speed. And that's exactly what DeVries has done this year. Pretty much from the game 4 mark out now, has done a good job as a return man for this Wahpeton offense. Huskies start near their own 40 from the 39-yard line. Trips to the right, nobody to the left side. Correction, one receiver to the left side. Bjorn Kubala out of shotgun. Takes the snap, looks left, throws left, gets it out, and fights for an extra yard. Braden Steffens with the catch and run. Looks like Steffens didn't know where he was on the field as he thought he was going to walk out of bounds. Had a couple more yards to walk up the walk up the field. And they're saying, is it a 10-yard completion? Near side official pointing down the field, and good. We'll call that a good spot for Wahpeton. I thought he was short of the chains. Not quite. As they move the chains down the field, 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kubel out of shotgun. Takes a snap. Looks to the left side. Throws it into the flats. Gets it out to his man. Brought down to Langewalter, the tight end. And that's exactly the type of play that we saw work earlier in the season. Langewalter lines up on the left side or the right side of the formation, goes out to the far side flats. 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7 from the 48-yard line. Wahpeton across the 50 for the first time tonight from the far hash mark. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Kubala out of shotgun. Trade Malk lined up in the slot position on the left side. Takes a snap, 2-step drop back. Pressure, throws to the right side, and not able to complete the pass. Intended receiver, I think that was Jackson DeVries on the far side. 7:15 left in the first quarter. 3rd and 7 from the Bruins 48. Hunter McCall giving the call from the near sideline in front of us. Wahpeton, 3rd and a long 7. 2 receivers to either side of the formation again. Running back in the backfield with Kubala. The junior signal caller directing traffic here. Takes the shotgun snap. Rolls to his left side. Pressure in his face. And going to go down for a big sack. A loss of about 10 on the play. And the turf monster ate him up on a wet night in Wahpeton. 4th and 21 coming up for the Husky offense. So Kubala fakes that handoff to the left side. Rolls. Tries to come back to the left and immediately had a Bruin in his face. Got tripped up on the play, and what started with a good drive, again, sputters out. 7-0 lead with 6:40 left in the first quarter. Malk out of punt formation. Return man near his own 35. Punt is away. The Bruins trying to block that punt. Bounces at the 35 and going to roll down to the 30. So Fargo South starting on their own 30-yard line. 6:25 left in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Bruins. We're able to drive 60 yards on their last drive to punch it in. Wahpeton defense back on the field. And we're talking to head coach Wade Gilbertson last week. He said that one of the big detriments to this team is he always doesn't ever want to make excuses. He always says, like, hey, every team's going to be bigger, faster, stronger. We know that coming into games. But not having guys to replace guys has been a real problem for this Husky team, not having the depth that some of these other programs have. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right from the near hash mark on their own 31-yard line. Shotgun snap. And Warwick's ball slips and throws behind the line of scrimmage, so they're going to call it a fumble. Wahpeton trying to jump on top of it. Husky fans pointing to the left. And we saw Warwick in the pregame as the official pointing towards the south end zone, saying the Bruins were able to get on top of that. We were watching it in the pregame. Brevin Work, his ball not as strong coming out of his hand, and that ball might have just been a little wet coming out of his hand. It looks like it was a slip. He comes forward with it. Ball slips out of his hand. They call it a lateral pass. I think that was intended for the receiver in the flats on the near side. Either way, clock continues to run. 5:40 left. 2nd and 19 on the recovered fumble. Receiver on either side of the formation. Tight end on the left side. Shotgun snap. Handoff to the left. Semenko swung or brought down. Pickup of about 4. Semenko with another carry. And he's going to be on track here for a 100-yard game if this Wahpeton defense isn't careful. Pickup of 5, 3rd and 14 from the 26-yard line. Huskies having a good job, though, holding their turnovers to a limit or a low number on the season. I think they're winning the turnover battle throughout the season. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. 3rd and 12, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right from the middle of the field. Shotgun snap, Work throws again, and this one out of the hands of his intended receiver. That was number 13, Mason Klein. And again, Brevin Work, another pass comes out of his hand. Looks like it might have gotten a little wobbly out of the ball. I was watching him in the pregame show, and you look at the arm strength of some of these guys. And Bjorn Kubala, to his credit, very good short, pass accurate type of thrower. He can get the ball, nice fastball to any of his guys. Work in the pregame, he's having trouble throwing in between the numbers, we noticed. Punt formation comes on as Dockin comes back on. Wahpeton forces the first punt of the game. Malk back to return. Nearest the 50-yard line, goes back to the 35. A good punt by Dockin as it ended or end punt lands near the 35-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 near the 33. 4:39 left in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Fargo South Bruins. Able to punch it in on their first drive. Wahpeton able to force a punt there. So far, the Husky offense, 2 punts. We'll see if they can get things started on this third drive of the first quarter. Two receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Kubala out of shotgun, running back to his right side. Believe that might be Jackson DeVries. Motion across the formation, handoff up the middle. As Malk runs up to the 50, to the 40, loom to run to the 30, out to the 25, brought down near the 20-yard line, and penalty on the play. Flag on the play. So that was a field-flipping run from Traden Malk. And they're calling, press box thinks it might be a face mask, and that's what they're calling it down in the field as well, giving it to the head official. So that's going to tack on an extra couple of yards for Malk, and that's what they're calling it, a face mask. So brought down near now the Bruins 20, going to tack on, 15 more yards? So it might be 1st and goal from the 5. We'll see what the call in here. They should have. I thought it was going to be a bigger yardage gain there. So for 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line inside the Tide Machinery red zone. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Malk in the backfield again with Kubala on the left side. Motioned over to the right side now. Running back motion, takes the shotgun snap. Handoff again up the gut to Malk, looking for room to run, and swung down for a loss of a yard. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Fargo South Bruins. Wahpeton threatening here inside the red zone. And a Husky is down. A Husky is down near the 15-yard line of the Bruins. So we'll take a quick break, come back with more in a moment. You're listening to the Voice of the Valley, KBMW, your home for Wahpeton Athletics.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires. Plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you. like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that mom and dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for mom and dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and healthcare, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
Welcome back. Andrew Zillman on the call with you. 2nd and 9 from the 16. The Husky that was down was Traden Malk. Looks like he might got the wind knocked out of him. He's on the sidelines, able to walk off on his own. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right from the near hash mark. Kudla out of shotgun. Takes a snap, two-step drop back, looks right, throws it into the end zone, and over the head of this wide receiver. And going to be a penalty on the play. Could be a little DPI, as we have a light out here in Wahpeton as well, which makes already calling a tough black numbers, black jerseys game a little harder. I'm going to call that on J.D. Gomez and say Gomez was the wide receiver on the far side. Holding on the defense, so that's going to walk this one up for a first down inside the 10. 3:37 left here in the first quarter. Bruin defense making a costly penalty there potentially as Wahpeton inside the 10. First and goal from the...
First and goal for the Huskies.
I'm going to call that the 8. Yeah, 9. Okay, 9-yard line. First and goal from the 9. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Kublo with a running back in the backfield with him. Takes a shotgun snap. Looks right, throws it into the flats, and not able to hold on to that ball. Again, a swing pass to Jacob DeVries. Second and goal from the 9. 3:32 left in the first quarter. We're going to have to call this game by the shadows. And if the official puts his hands up, we'll know that they scored. Dark into that north end zone. Second and goal from the 9. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Running back in the backfield with Kubala. Motion again inside. DeVries from one side to the other. Shotgun snap. Kubala, two-step drop back. Throws and bounces off a defender before going into the back of the end zone. Third and goal coming up. And that one might have got away from Kubala. Correction, Kubala might have got away with one. As that ball threw behind his intended target, bounces up. And anytime that ball goes off a player and into the air, you just got to hold your breath as a quarterback and hope that the defense doesn't make a great play on it. Third and goal from the 9. Two receivers on the right, one to the left. Kubala out of shotgun, running back to his right. Langenwalter, the tight end on the left side of the formation. Shotgun snap. Rolls to his right side. Looking for somebody. Gets it out and brought down short of the goal line. I think Langenwalter might have picked up a foot. 3:08 left in the first quarter. So Wahpeton again, fourth and goal from the 9. You got to go. I imagine that the Huskies are going to go for it every time they're in this goal line situation. We talked about it in the pregame show. They've struggled punching it in this season. From the far hash mark, three receivers to the left side, one to the right. A lot of room to work on the left side of the field. We'll see if the Huskies can make it happen. Shotgun snap to Kubla. Looks left, throws in the end zone, into the corner, and intercepted in the end zone by a Bruin. So they're going to take this one back out to the 20. An empty possession for the Huskies after a nice 40-yard run by Traden Malk. So 1st and 10 for the Bruins from their own 20. And that ball in to the far left side of the end zone. Kubla was throwing to the furthest part of the field, just couldn't get it over the defender, put it right in between the numbers of the defensive back for the Bruins. I believe DeVries might have been the intended receiver on that one. 1st and 10 from the 20. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Motions receiver from left to right in the formation. Running backs in the backfield with Warwick. Handoff and slipped and falls. The turf monster again taking another victim. Semenko with another tackle. We'll give that credit to Frank Verdon. 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 from the 18. 2:15 left in the first quarter. Two receivers to the right, 1 to the left from the near hash mark. Driving into the south end zone. Handoff again to the left side. Runs out and, good tackle by the Huskies. I believe that might have been Langwalter on the outside, the linebacker for Wahpeton. The senior linebacker getting underneath the treads of Semenko. And Wahpeton not making it easy on the Bruins tonight. 5-yard pickup, 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. 1:35 left in the first quarter. Well, this Bruins team, they like to run it slow as well. You know, Wahpeton, up-tempo team, get the ball in your hand, try to find a receiver, find a running back, get the ball into Malk's hands. Bruins, take it nice and easy, leading by 7, eating up the play clock, 4 on the play clock as it gets to the line. Shotgun snap with 2 on the clock. Hand off to the left side, finds room to run. Out past the chains and brought down on the far sideline. Another run for Semenko. That one a pickup of about 12. And are they going to call a unsportsmanlike conduct, potentially, as he pointed towards the end zone, the first down? See, the call is here. Head official and near side sideline official having a conversation about it, what this call will be. An illegal shift called on the Bruins, so that's going to walk a 12-yard run back for Semenko. I thought that might have been an unsportsmanlike conduct as he gets the first down and, points down the side. And that'd be a weak penalty to call in the first quarter, but, you got to keep the rules, right? 3rd and 13 from the 17, 1:09 left in the first quarter. 7-0 ball game in favor of the visiting Bruins on senior night here in Wahpeton. Good crowd, a lot of umbrellas in the stands. As kickoff was 46 degrees and a light drizzle now. Again, getting a little chillier. But I'll tell you, if we're going to have cold ball games, I'd rather them be in the middle of October versus sometimes we get them at the end of September. Am I right? 1:09 left in the first quarter. Clock stopped on the penalty. Bruins break the huddle. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2 running backs in the backfield with Warwick. 2-step drop back, throws across the middle, gets behind his defender, and ball slips out of his hands. What would have been probably an 80-plus yard touchdown run as Mitchell not able to hold on to that one. Dwayne Mitchell, this wet ball for the Bruins has been a problem. That ball went right into his hands, slips out as he's trying to bring it down into his body. So another empty possession for the Bruins. They score on their first one, 2 punts now for Fargo South. Back to return is Braden Steffens. And Steffens is another one of those guys in the long line of Wahpeton athletes that they continue to churn out. Dockin drops the ball and is able to get it back, punt it away. Steffens watches it bounce near the 40 and rolls down to the 33-yard line. Steffens might have wanted to make a grab on that one as he was around the 40-yard line. Probably could have got that, maybe fair catch. Instead, loses maybe 14 yards on that roll. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Bruins. And Dockin, that again, wet ball slips out of his hands. The punter drops it on the turf. Able to recover and punt it away. potentially saving the Bruins from a very difficult situation. You got a great defense. But to continue to make it, give yourself a way to win. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Shotgun snap, handoff to the left side, looking for room to run. And nowhere to go with it. And Evan Docker again, run up the gut. Trayden Mount getting his ankles taped up. See, what he might be doing there is what we call spackling the ankles, taking the tape, making sure those shoes don't come off either, give himself a little bit more support. About 3-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, so it could be the final play of the quarter. 7-0 ball game in favor of the South Bruins. Motions the receiver into the formation. Shotgun snap to Kubla. Two-step drop back, looks left, throws it down the sideline, and ball intended for Braden Steffens again, short. Good breakup on the outside by Avery Wolf. Wolf listed at 6'1", 155, the senior corner, giving directions to his safety, saying, hey, if this guy gets behind me, I need safety help. 6 seconds left in the first quarter. 3rd and 8 from the 30. Trade again running with the tape on his ankles underneath us. Trips right, one to the left from the near hash mark. Kubel out of shotgun, Docker to his left. Play clock at 5. Play clock at 2. Takes a snap as it goes to 0. Two-step drop back, throws to the right side, and almost split in half. That ball is completed to, I believe that was Nick Langewalter on the outside. The senior on senior night showing up, and it's going to be 4th and long coming up in the second quarter. So we'll take a quick break, come back in a moment on KBMW, your home for Wahpeton Husky Athletics. 7-0 lead for the South Bruins.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Welcome back. Andrew Zimmel on the call with you as that ball was dropped by Nick Langewalter as he got split in half by Dorian by Semenko. So punter comes on. That's not Trayden Mount. Punt is away, end over end. Bounces near the 30 and rolls down. Hey, that's not a bad punt for a backup punter, down to the 15. So Bjorn Kubala with the punt as he gets a high five from his head coach as he comes to the sideline. That's not a bad idea, you know what I mean? Because as a coach, you got to always have another ace up your sleeve, and for your quarterback to come out and have a field-flipping punt, a punt that flips the field for you, does a good job. So 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Bruins score on their first possession, held to 3 punts in that first quarter. Trying to get something going here. They had a ball that was dropped on a long 3rd down. Got to hope that the secondary continues to do their job. 2 running backs in the backfield with Warwick. Takes the snap. Hand off to the left side. Room to run out to the 40. Oh, this is a runaway. To the 50. To the 30, trying to chase him down, and a run. Semenko for, what would you call that? An 84-yard run from Semenko to put the Bruins up 13-0. And if you just keep chipping away at that defense, a hole opened up and Zemenko was off to the races. One Husky tried to chase him down. You got to think if Malk's on the field 100%, he might have been able to catch him from behind. DeVries was the one chasing. Keaton Dockin coming on for the extra point. Hold is down, kick is up, and is through the uprights. So after an 84-yard run for Zemenko and an extra point makes it 14-0, Fargo South will come back with more in a moment on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Welcome back, Andrew Simmel on the call with you. As we were trying to describe the speed from Zemenko, I said he had that second gear, just north-south speed. Our producer, Big Mike, said he's got that third gear, hitting a little nos going down there. So Gomez and DeVries back to return, hanging out near their own 5. And the kick is back and away. Bounces near the 20, fielded near the 15, running east-west and brought down for a loss of maybe a yard. J.D. Gomez, nowhere to run with that one. 11:27 left in the half. 84 yards in the cloud of dust. So the Huskies starting on their own, I guess we're going to call that the 17. The north side of the field not very well lit as one of the lights is out here at Frank Verdon Field. So the south end zone, nicely lit. North end zone coming out of it and going into it. Tough to see. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right from the far hash mark. Kubel out of shotgun, motions a receiver into the formation, takes the snap. Handoff up the gut, trying to fight for extra yards and able to get down to a first down, brought down near the 35-yard line. Evan Doctor, the backup running back, coming in for Trade Malk, who's still trying to walk off that hit he took in the first quarter. Pickup of 16 yards, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Work with the tackle. 11:15 left in the first quarter from the 35-yard line. Middle of the field. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kubel out of shotgun, Doctor to his left. Motions DeVries into the formation from right into the formation and ate up again by that turf monster. I don't know if Kubla accidentally tripped Docker or if that the field is actually so wet that he slipped, got his foot tangled up in the turf. 2nd and 12 from the 33-yard line. They said the tackle goes to Kubla in the backfield. I'm giving it to Frank Verdon Field. 10:35 left in the first half. 14-0 lead for the Bruins. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, middle of the field. Docker in the backfield with his junior signal caller, Bjorn Kubla, motions to the left side. I think he might have to give the running back a couple of hints in the backfield, tell him which way the play is going. Throw out to the 40, and they're saying it bounced off the turf, so incomplete pass. J.D. Gomez gets it back in. That wet ball is affecting both teams as Kubla skipped that ball into the hands of J.D. Gomez like you'd skip rocks in a pond. 10:15 left in the first half. 3rd and 12 from the 33. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Docker in the backfield with Kubla. Malk still on the sideline, hanging out by the trainer. Shotgun snap, fakes it, throws it out, and able to get it to the 40, but short of the down marker. Jackson DeVries with the tackle or with the reception, but he makes that catch and immediately he starts bracing for impact. You got to try to work your way upfield if you're DeVries there and try to fight for some extra yards. Instead, 4th and 4 from the 41. So Wahpeton keeps the offense on the field. I wonder if they think if they can get the hard count going. Kubla trying to get the defense to jump. Play whistle dead. Might get the encroachment call here, or defensive false start. We'll see what the call is as the official on the near sideline comes out to talk to the head official. 9:35 left in the first half. And that's going to make it a first down for the Wahpeton Huskies as a defensive player gets a little too excited, comes over the ball. I think that's one of the first hard counts Wahpeton has been able to execute this season. And you think maybe addition by subtraction as Trayden Malk on the sideline, the defense isn't queuing up in that backfield or looking for him in the formation. Now Kubla can kind of play maybe a little bit more loose, get the ball to some other guys as Malk going to put on a jacket on the sideline. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Motions DeVries into the formation. Handoff to Docker on the right side. Met at the line of scrimmage. Fights for some extra yards. Brought down short of the 50. So a pickup of maybe 3 yards for Evan Docker. Anderson with the tackle. And Evan Docker listed at 5'9", 150. You're trying to give him as much room as possible to kind of run downhill. You think physics, body in motion, right? But at 150, you're running into the open arms of some 250, 300-pound guys, and not a lot of room to go anywhere. 8:35 left in the first half, 2nd and 8. Motion to wide receiver again into the formation. Runs to the right side. Docker looking for room, brought down over the 50-yard line. So a pickup of maybe, again, 2 or 3 yards. And that's all you need if you're the Husky offense, is just continue, just chip away at it. 3rd and 5 from the 49-yard line. We'll see if they call it the 50 or the 49. 8:11 left in the first half from the 49-yard line of the Bruins. Play call coming in from Hunter McCall.
3rd down Huskies at the Bruin 49-yard line.
Huskies break the huddle. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right from the near hash mark. Docker in the backfield with his signal caller, junior Bjorn Kubla. And he's pointing at the game clock or play clock, takes a timeout. So with 1 on the clock, Wahpeton uses their first timeout of the half. 2 remaining. We'll take a quick break, come back with more in a moment. 14-0 lead for the Fargo South Bruins on senior night here in Wahpeton. More in a moment on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Welcome back. Andrew Zimmel on the call with you. Trips right, 1 to the left. 3rd and 5 from the 49-yard line. DeVries motioned back into the formation. Shotgun snap to Kubla, running back on the right side. They had to take a timeout due to the play clock running down to 1. Didn't want the delay of game penalty as they're trying to kickstart an offensive drive, put points on the board in the second quarter. Kubla takes the snap. Handoff to Docker, and he's tackled immediately in the backfield by 4 or 5 white jerseys again. Wahpeton running a sweep right to the near side of the field, and the Bruins, like a bear in the forest, sniffed that one out. I'll tell you, this isn't Yogi Bear they're playing with here. 7:15 left in the first half, 4th and 9. As Kubla comes on again to punt. We're keeping an eye on Traden Malk as he's been hanging out near the training staff. He's able to stand up. Just sitting on the water wagon right now. And not an ideal place to sit. High, snap, kick is off, fielded near the 20. Brought out to the 25 to the 30, makes a move to the 40, and cut out of bounds by a Wahpeton defender. Nice return by Aiden Hearns, the senior for the Bruins. 6:45 left as Langewalter got underneath the treads of that one.
First and 10 Bruins. There is a flag on the field.
Laundry on the field. We'll see what the call is. See if it might be a holding call on the return team. They're pointing down to the field. Yeah, still waiting for the signals. They're picking up the penalty flag. And they're walking it back, so it's got to be on the Bruins here. Waiting for the official call, though, as they walk it down near the 25-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty. And I don't think they ever gave an official call of what the call was. Well, whatever it was a 15-yard penalty. So from the 27, I think these officials are kind of like a lot of the fans here. They're just, let's keep this game moving as quickly as possible. We'll figure it out from the press box what the call was. 1st and 10 from the 27, 6:45 left in the first half. Receivers split out to either side of the formation. Work out a shotgun, running back and a fullback to either side of him. Takes a snap. High snap, handoff to the left side of the formation. Cut down immediately down at the 30-yard line. And that is Sandness, who's had the run there, the fullback.
Making the tackle, Omar Martinez and Chase Marsh teaming up for that stop. Gain of 3.
2nd and 7 from the 30. 6:20 left in the first half. Tight end on the right side of the formation. Receivers split out to either side. Warwick got a shotgun, running back and fullback to either side of him. Takes the low snap off his knee, keeps himself, runs it to the left side, and cut down short of the 30-yard line. So Wahpeton, again, making some plays on defense, and that might be, yes it was, Omar Martinez on the tackle. And for a guy that's 5'4", we joke a little bit about how aggressive he is on the field. This is a kid that is a spark plug on the defense. And last week against the Central Knights, you could kind of feel his presence not out there. He comes in, hits hard, especially in that running game. I think as a lot of running backs, you don't expect that. It's like a bullet out of a gun. 3rd and 7 from the 30, 5:24 left. Running back on either side of Warwick. Takes the snap again, low on the ground, brought up by the fullback and spun down. Wahpeton defense putting their ears back and making some tackles as Semenko with a short gain. J.D. Gomez, the cornerback, making a play there. And Semenko, if you watch on KBMW News Live, the back of his jersey browned out from the dirt on this field. Docking again, punting. Wahpeton has a man returning back near the 40. Traden Malk still sitting on the water cooler. Took a hit in the first quarter, and we thought it might be a thigh injury. Wrapped up his leg, or his ankle. Punt is off. Back end over end punt. Bounces near the 45-yard line and rests near the 43. So 4:40 left in the first half. Wahpeton trailing 14-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. One trip to the Titan Machinery red zone so far, but wanted to put some points on the board in this first half. The third quarter historically for the Huskies this season has not been great. In fact, if we want to take a October theme here, it might be a horror house for the Huskies in that third quarter. Yeah, third quarter. A house of horrors, the third quarter. 4:40 left in the first half. 14-0 ball game in favor of the Bruins. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. DeVries motion from right to left, back in the formation. Kubla takes the shotgun snap, handoff to Docker again, trying to get room on the right side, and the Bruins sniff it out. Stealing the picnic basket. 4:15 left as Hamilton able to make the tackle for the Bruins. 2nd and 13 from the 40. 3-yard loss for Evan Docker. Coach coming over to talk to Malk. As Trey Malk standing up off the cooler. We'll see if he's going to get in on this offensive drive. Two receivers on the right, left, one to the right. Kubla takes a shotgun snap, middle of the field, throws it deep. Gomez, the intended receiver, makes the grab short of the 45, right in the breadbasket. Great catch, great throw from Kubla. Put it right where he needed to put it after throwing end zone interception on their last drive into the red zone. Clock stops as the chain gang moves. 3:44 left. Driving into the south end zone, the Huskies trailing 14-0. And that's the type of play that can add a little bit of spark, jumpstart the offense. Kubla comes out, talk to his slot receiver. 13 on the play clock. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Docker on the left side. Langewalter motion from right to left. Kubla throws across the middle, gets it out to him. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Jackson DeVries finds his way in the end zone. 3:37 left in the first half. Wahpeton gets on the board. What a play from Kubla. Goes over to talk to the slot receiver on the right side of the formation, and then across the middle, DeVries able to get it and go. So the extra point team comes on for Wahpeton with no Malk. Marco Blasquez comes on to kick. Has had a couple of extra point attempts this season. The left-footed kicker. Snap is back. The hold is down. Kick is up. And is good. Huskies cut the lead in half. 14-7 with 3:37 left in the first half. We'll take a quick break. Come back with more in a moment on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that mom and dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for mom and dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
Welcome back, Andrew Zilla on the call with you on the Voice of the Valley. KBMW, a 35-yard touchdown catch and run from Jackson Jacob DeVries makes this 14-7 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Right now, Grand Forks Central leads Valley City 9-0 at halftime. So, Wahpeton coming out here, kicking off near their own 40, and Malk still on the sideline. This is something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Vasquez kicking off. Line drive kick, and going to kick out of the back of the end zone. Hey! Marco Blasquez. Wahpeton coming out here excited in this second quarter, trying to get things a spark going. Wahpeton kicking off to start the second half. So what you want to do here if you're the Huskies is try to force another punt. You've been able to force 3 already. Force another punt on this drive and then score one more time. Going to halftime tied up. Not a bad idea against one of the best teams in the state. We'll get you your legal ID here in a moment as the Bruins coming out of the huddle. leading 14-7 on the Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I want to thank you guys for watching on KBMW News Live as well. 2 receivers on either side of the formation, running back in the backfield with Warwick. The junior takes a high snap, hand off to the left side, and Semenko, room to run on the right side, able to get tackled down near the 40, and that is the type of running back or cornerback play that you like to see. That was Braden Steffens, I believe, on the far side. And Steffens, what he did there, he didn't lose ground, right? He saw the running back coming right at him. He said, okay, this guy's either going to try to juke me or he's going to try to run through me, and I'm not going to let him run through me and score a touchdown. Opens up his arms, takes a hit right to the chest, able to prevent another long touchdown run. First attempt from the 43. 3:13 left in the first half. Handoff again up the middle. Sandness brought down for a pickup of maybe 3 yards. And the fullback, and as a linebacker core, Wahpeton running that 3-4 defense, those middle linebackers, very important. And to have one missing like Traden Mauk makes life a little bit hard. Marsh on the tackle for Wahpeton. 2nd and 8 from the 45-yard line. Receivers split out to either side. Work running the offense for the Bruins. Snap, handoff to the left side. Semenko looking for room to run on the jet sweep out to the 50, and again cut down. Wahpeton's defensive presence being met here. Langenwalter getting underneath the treads. Pick up of a couple yards. 3rd and 1 from the 48-yard line of the Huskies. Clock stops at 2:26 as the running back went out of play. And official timeout as they're going to measure it. We'll take a legal ID. You're listening to the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
AM 1450, KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton, and FM 94.3, K232 FH Breckenridge, the Voice of the Valley.
Welcome back. Andrew Zimmel on the call with you. Are we getting a new ball potentially? That's what it might be looking like here is spotting. Okay, they're calling a official timeout to spot the ball. Chain Gang comes out. 2:26 left in the first quarter. And I was just talking about how this game, when both teams running the ball as well as Fargo South and Wahpeton does, it makes the game go a lot quicker as the chain's got to come all the way across the field to measure this one out. And Huskies clapping. Looks like they're going to be short by about a yard. That's one of those things where you come out there, you think, okay, maybe it's a little closer than it actually is. Chain Gang goes back to the far side of the field. 3rd and 1 from the 48-yard line. 2:26 left in the first half. Receivers split out to either side. Make sure you listen to the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime report. Cut down and going to be a pickup of a first down as Semenko taking a lot of hits below the belt. And as a running back, you look at those knees and you think to yourself, how many times do I really want my running back to be chopped down? Wahpeton at 2-4. They're just playing to go out strong here, potentially knocking off South, gets back in the QRF. Turtle Mountain next week, you think, okay, that's a winnable game. But for South, my head as a head coach would be like, I don't want my starting running back getting cut every single play. It's 2 minutes left in the first half. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Work, 2-step drop back. Throws high again, brought to this one, connected with a wide receiver. A pickup of about 14 yards on the throw. Brevin Warwick, his first completion of the night. 150 left in the first half. From the 30, 2 receivers on the left, 1 to the right. Running backs on either side of either side. Warwick again throws out to the flat. So second completion. Wrapped up and brought down by a host of Huskies. Aiden Hertz, the receiver on the play. Penalty on the play. So what was a gain of about 2? We'll see what the call is here. 1:35 left in the first half. So what was a quick quarter and a half. Slowing down here. Personal foul on the offense. Going to walk this one back for the Bruins. 1:35 left in the first half. And we got the call earlier that said that the other one was called. We missed it. Jamestown and Horace tied up at 14-all in the second quarter with 1:41 left. I keep telling people, South takes a timeout. We'll take one with them here in a moment. But I keep telling people, Horace, not a team to play with. That's a good squad. We'll take a quick break as South takes their first. 1:35 left in the first half. 14-7 lead for the Bruins on the i3G Sports Network.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894. The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
So 2nd and 22 from the 42-yard line of the Huskies. Bruins have their drive walked back after the personal foul. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left from the near hash mark. Work, rolls to the right side, throws it near the original line of scrimmage. Is that a completion? It was. Wow, Brevin Wark getting in a little bit of rhythm here. 3rd completion on this drive. The rain still coming down a little bit here in Wahpeton. 49 degrees, overcast skies. 1:27 left. They're saying Dwayne Mitchell was the receiver on the catch. From the far hash mark, 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right, driving into the north end zone. Defense trying to make a stop here, force a punt. Semenko on the left side of his quarterback now. Shotgun snap, 1-step drop back, throws to the right side. Man on man, and ball short of the receiver. And the receiver might have been trying to come back on it again, loses footing. Middle of the field getting torn up. So you're going to have a little bit better traction running up the gut, running in the middle of the field than trying to run on the outsides. And 4th and 8 from the 28, clock stops at 1:21. I wonder if Fargo South thinks to themselves, you know what, we'll play aggressive here, leading by a score, getting the ball to start the second half. After that punching drive to start the game, South has been held to a couple of punts, an 85-yard run broken off by Semenko. But besides that, not a lot of offense to show for it. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right as they go for it on 4th and 8. And timeout taken by South. We'll take one with them. You're listening to the Voice of the Valley, KBMW, your home for Wahpeton Husky Athletics.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Welcome back. 4th and 8 from the 48 or 28-yard line of the Huskies. Fargo South again playing aggressive. They're in no man's land. You can't punt it. Goes in the back of the end zone. Got to go for it here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap. Work. Looks deep. Throws deep. Man-to-man coverage and intercepted by the Huskies. Work's first interception of the game. Huskies forced a turnover on 4th and 8, so they're going to start inside their own 30. They're going to call it Braden Steffens on the interception. And Steffens, again, a cornerback that has continued to impress us throughout the season, growing. These sophomore defensive back playing all over the field. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line, so inside their own 20. Wahpeton going to have to try to make a long or try to get things going here, trailing by a touchdown going into halftime. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Motions a receiver from left to right. Shotgun snap. Kubla throws out to the left side and goes out of bounds. I thought that was in the hands of Steffens, goes over the fingertips into the south bench. And the best part about where we're at now on the field, as the Huskies coming out of that north end zone driving south, as the breeze to their back, is that there's no way you can tell the numbers from the press box here, because the light on the left side next to the press box pointing into the north end zone is out. So we're literally just going off of vibes and body type here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kubla, again, shotgun snap, gets out to his receiver. Kubla brought down short of the sticks.
That might be Braden Steffens over there.
So Wahpeton winning the turnover battle, or winning the punt battle as well. 45 seconds left in the first half. 3rd and 5 from the 18. 40 seconds left. Kubla takes the shotgun snap low. Throws it out into the flats. Out near the 25 to the 30 as a defender slips to the 40, to the 50, down the sideline to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, DeVries. An 82-yard touchdown score puts 13 points on the board for the Huskies. And the defense for the Bruins, they looked like they were trying to get into higher gear. They kept slipping on the field. DeVries hits that outside, just goes up the sideline. 82-yard score. 25 seconds left in the first half. So 2 long touchdowns for either side here as the left-footed kicker comes back on for the Huskies. Has a chance here to tie it. Snap is down. The kick is up. And is no good. So Wahpeton trailing by a point. 14-13 with 25 seconds left. We'll take a quick break, come back with more in a moment on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
So Traden Malk still on the water cooler. Wahpeton has been able to get within a point with Malk missing most of this first half. We're trying to figure, it's a lower body injury. Came off the field after a while on his back in that first quarter. He's holding his thigh. Then he got his ankle wrapped up. So some lower body injury to Mr. Electric Traden Malk. Wahpeton has still been able to get on the scoreboard. An 82-yard pitch and catch from DeVries. Another ball into the back of the end zone from the left-footed kicker. As Vasquez, I think he might have to be the kicker from here on out for the Huskies, as that's the second kick that goes underneath the scoreboard. So for Wahpeton's defense with 25 seconds left, you got to almost put two safeties back, just try to protect the end zone, and put the rest of the guys in line and make sure that Semenko doesn't hurt you on the ground. He's already broken off one run of 80-plus yards. Can't give up another one. 1st and 10 from the 20, 25 seconds left until halftime. Wahpeton kicking off to start the second half. So from the far hash mark, two receivers to the right, one to the left on the running backs on either side of the formation. Handoff to Semenko, room to run. Gets out to the 30, makes another defender miss out down near the 40-yard line. So Semenko, another big pickup. Timeout taken by South. 15 seconds left in the first half. And Martinez and Langewalter make the tackle there. We'll take a quick break with them. You're listening to the Voice of the Valley, KBMW, your home for Husky Athletics.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires. Plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you, like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most.
Welcome back, Andrew Zimmel on the call with you. 15 seconds left in the first half. Wahpeton in prevent defense. 10 seconds, and running back slides down. Semenko slides short of the first down. So 5 seconds. As are the Bruins going to call another timeout? And they don't. So that'll be the final play. What a strange play to end the half. Semenko, room to run, slides down before getting tackled short of the sticks. So they go into halftime leading by 1, 14-13. The Huskies trail, going to kick off to start the second half. We'll have more of your halftime show in a moment right here on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that mom and dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for mom and dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and healthcare, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894. The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Welcome back, Andrew Zimmel on the call with you as we get into our Minn Kota Ag report, or Minn Kota halftime report from Wahpeton. The Huskies trail 14-13 after what a lot of people are saying is one of the best halves of football that the Huskies have played in a couple of years. The trivia question that was posed to us in the press box was, when's the last time Wahpeton scored 2 touchdowns in a half without trading Malk? And I was trying to think back. I don't think it's happened this season. I was trying to think maybe DeVries and an interception, but no, I don't think it's happened this season. I don't think it happened last season. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I think it was Blake Schaefer 3 years ago when Malk was only a freshman. And even then, I'd argue that he probably should have been getting some playing time. Let's go through your halftime report. In the first quarter, first drive for South, they were able to punch it in on a 60-yard drive, a 1-yard run from Semenko with an extra point being good. They took a 7-0 lead to start things in the first quarter. Then a couple of punts back and forth from the Huskies and Bruins with 11:30 left in the second quarter. An 84-yard run from Semenko. He just was able to break free, took a 14-0 lead after the extra point, and a lot of fans, the backs of your neck start to sweat even when it's 45 degrees outside, thinking, oh no, what are we expecting here on a senior night? But a Husky never dies, right? Doesn't roll over. Wahpeton comes back, scores on a 35-yard touchdown pass from Kubala to a 35-yard touchdown with 3:37 left, made it 14-7 in the second quarter, and then with 25 seconds left in the first half, another touchdown, an 82-yard run from Kubala to DeVries made it 14-13 after the missed extra point. So 2 touchdowns for Jacob DeVries in the first half. Not a bad way to start senior night between these two juniors, Nick Langewalter and McCade Picken, the 2 seniors on the offensive side of the ball that have played a very good role today as well. Wahpeton's offensive line has looked good. They've not been able to run up the gut as we kind of expected, running against a 4-3 defense that this Bruins team has put on the field. This is a defense that consistently has pushed around much bigger teams than Wahpeton. So the Huskies getting that passing game going, even with the conditions that we're in, has been a big factor in this game. We'll come back to that. We want to talk about our keys to the second half coming up in or after the break right here on 1450 KBMW, your home for Wahpeton Husky Athletics.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wahpeton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m. Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
Welcome back to the Minn Kota Egg halftime report as Wahpeton trails Fargo South 14-13 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I want to thank you guys for watching on KBMW News Live on YouTube as well, worldwide over there. So you can take us with you as well as you can listen on the KBMW News app. A lot of fun stuff happening next week. I don't know if you guys have heard, but we have a comedy show coming up on Thursday, the I3G Media Comedy Tour. Yeah, it's happening on Thursday in the Wahpeton Event Center. You can get your tickets at KBMW News. Go to the promos tab. Little as $19. 2 pretty funny comedians. Let's talk keys to the second half as the Huskies going to kick this one away to start the second half. Wahpeton has done a good job in this first half of getting balls to multiple guys. Langewalter has a catch. DeVries has a catch. Gomez has a catch. Steffens has a couple targets. you want to be able to continue to connect to your different receivers. Wahpeton's game plan has worked on the offensive side of the ball, scoring 2 touchdowns on passes to DeVries. The defense for the Bruins kind of in a little bit of mud, especially between the 40s. The field still very much wet, very much moist, very much swampy. So what you want to do, continue to work the ball on the outside. Kubla's arm strength, this might be the first game that the Huskies have played this season where Kubla's arm strength outmatches the quarterback across the field from him. He's been able to throw consistently good balls on target to his receivers. The receivers haven't really been able to make a ton of things happen, especially on the outside. DeVries has been mostly the guy who make catches. Gomez had a nice catch on the near sideline, but outside of that one, he has kind of struggled in that first half. So that's the first key. Continue to keep the ball dry. The other thing, keep the feet underneath you. Wahpeton has got ate up by the turf monster. There's only so much that you can do on a wet, cold night like tonight. But what you got to try to do at least is keep your legs underneath you. Don't overlook how important it is. You want to get a good run if you're Evan Docker, who stepped in for Malk. You want to get a good run, downhill run, but you can't get so far over your feet, so far over your skis, you're struggling to stay on top of things. On the other side of the ball protection for Brevin Warwick. He had a good drive connecting with a couple passes, but ended that drive throwing an interception, underthrowing his receiving target. The ball might be wet. The arm strength might not be there for the junior quarterback. So that means continue to feed your running back. Semenko has had over 100 yards in the first half. The team in totality is close to 200 yards. Keep running the ball. If the Wahpeton defense can't stop it, you're going to win this one and just eat time. We have about 2 minutes left in halftime. We'll take another quick break, come back with second half action from Wahpeton. It's Andrew Zimmel on the I3G Sports Network as we continue to wrap up senior night, last home game of the year for the Huskies. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires. Plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership.
Welcome back, Andrew Zimmel on the call with you. So we are getting ready to start the second half of action. Wahpeton trailing by 14-13 on the Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, kicking off from their own 40 into the north end zone, or we call it the black hole here in Wahpeton, as that light out near the north side continues a long or a kick back to Semenko, runs right up the gut out to the 35-yard line. So a run of about 20 yards back up. Semenko might have the fastest end-to-end run from both teams. So Trade Malk officially ruled out in this second half. Has a shin injury, so we hope that he's okay to go next week, but he's not going to play the rest of this game, which means Wahpeton going to have people step up, fill in that hole for Mr. Electric. 2 receivers to either side of the formation, tight end on the left side, running back on either side of Work. First drive of the second half. Shotgun snap, handoff to Work on the left side, room to run, out to the 30, to the 40, up the sideline, 35 to the 25, touchdown, Semenko. 75-yard run for Semenko. That's his second run of 70 or more yards. They're calling 65, correction? 65, right. 11:44 left in the third quarter. Dockin coming on for the extra point. The kick is up. And through the uprights.
Point after is good for Fargo South.
Well, coming out of halftime and getting things started quick. 21-13 lead for the Bruins. We'll be back in a moment with more on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Welcome back. Andrew Zimmel on the call with you as Breckenridge doing a lot of damage. 30-0 Breck with 3:03 left in the third quarter. So they're getting the job done in Juanita Deer Creek, and that's the difference between these two games. Wahpeton doing a good job of keeping ball control, keeping the clock running. Breckenridge, all they do is run the ball. Those games last maybe an hour. Kickoff, back to return are the Huskies. Bringing it up from the 10. J.D. Gomez looking for room to run up the gut. Down near the 35-yard line, just short of it. So J.D. Gomez running. 11:35 left in the third quarter. Wahpeton's first possession of the second half. From the near hash mark, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kubla out of shotgun. Evan Docker has been doing a lot of the running for the Huskies, the backup running back with Malk on the sideline. 21-13 lead for Fargo South. Shotgun snap. One-step drop back. Kubla looks right, throws right. Gets it out to DeVries, and again brought down immediately by a host of Bruins. A ton of white jerseys. Second and 7 from the 37. From the far hash mark, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 11 minutes left in the third quarter. Kubla out of shotgun. Second and 7. Running back on the right side. Takes a snap. Handoff to Docker up the middle. Gain of maybe a yard as he's brought down quickly. So Wahpeton still trying to run in between the guards. Make something happen. Cannot get anything going, though, up the middle of the gut. And especially with Malk on the sideline, he wanted to use that pass game almost as the run game. 3rd and 6, passing down for Wahpeton from their own 38. From the far hash mark, going to motion the receivers from left to right. 1 receiver left on the right side, 3 on the left. Kubla takes a shotgun snap. Handoff on the delay, brought up, down over for their first down, ball on the ground, and I think Docker was able to keep that one in his gut. So that moves the change. A pickup of about 8 yards on the run up the gut for Evan Docker. And that's what we like to see. You motion the receivers across. You get that defense to kind of drift over to the left side of the formation. Then you run a delayed handoff up the gut. Good play call from the Wahpeton Huskies. 10 minutes left in the third quarter. 21-13 lead for the Bruins. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Out of shotgun, running back on the left side. Kubla takes the snap. 1-step drop back, throws to the right side, and pushed and shoved all the way down the sideline. Pass incomplete. And more laundry, and this one in the backfield this time. I thought there might be defensive pass interference as Gomez was trying to fight for, and they're going to call roughing the passer on the Bruins. They must have hit Kubla pretty hard after that throw, because when he released that ball, I saw a defender in his face. I followed the ball down the sideline. So getting a little bit too much in Kubla's face. This extends the drive for the Huskies. The Bruins have had a couple of defensive plays throughout this game that have kept drives alive for Wahpeton. Now, granted, the Huskies haven't been able to capitalize on most of them, but sloppy play here in the mud from the Bruins. From the far hash mark, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Kubla out of shotgun. Docker to his right side. 9:46 left in the third quarter as the clock stopped on the penalty. Motions the receiver back across the formation. Handoff up the middle of the Docker. Again, swallowed up by a sea of white jerseys. Nowhere to go with that one. The run on the right side, just nowhere to go with it there. And Anderson, not the type of kid that you want to see in the hallway. Listed at 285, the 6'1" senior, swallowing it all up, taking the Huskies' lunch money. 2nd and 10 from the 40. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap, handoff again to Docker, looking for room on the left side. And again, Wahpeton trying to feel out something, make something happen. But when you have 4 defensive linemen on the line of scrimmage and then another linebacker who's not afraid to play on either side, be an extension of that defensive end, you're working with almost man-to-man type of blocking assignments. And when you compare the Huskies' offensive line to the defensive line of the Bruins, they get outmatched by almost 100 pounds. 3rd and 10 from the 40. 8:38 left from middle of the field. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Wahpeton on the Bruins side of the 50. Shotgun snap. Kubla throws across the middle and overthrows his receiving target. That looked to be intended J.D. Gomez. Gomez had listed 5'10", and that's the difference between Gomez and DeVries. DeVries a little bit longer, a little bit taller, able to pull some of those passes down. Gomez just not able to get high enough on that ball. Kubla trying to get the ball in a position where the defensive back can't make a play on it. But when you overthrow the receiver by a couple of inches there over the fingertips of Gomez, what you're almost doing is you're setting up yourself for disappointment, not only on your receiving target, but also if a safety's back there, that could lead to an interception. So Kubla might have got lucky on that one. 4th and 10 from the 40. Kubla back to kick this one away. High snap. Kubla able to pull it down and punts away. End over end, bounces near the 20. And honestly, Kubla, for coming in here in punt relief with Malk on the sideline, doing a solid job. That punt had a little bit too much backspin on it, though, as it landed near the 14, rolls back. 15-yard line, 8:18 left as the Bruins scored on their first drive of the half, a 65-yard run from Semenko. Husky defense cannot take their eyes off of him. Got to know where he is on the field at all times. 2 running backs in the backfield with work. Wide receivers split out to either side. Takes a shotgun snap, hand off to the left side. Met in the backfield. And a sea of black jerseys at the line of scrimmage. Pickup of maybe a yard. They're going to call it 2nd and 9 from the 16. 8 minutes left here in the third quarter at Frank Vernon Field. Wahpeton trailing by 8, 21-13 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Wahpeton scored in the first half, missed the extra point. That's how we ended up with 13 points here. Receivers split out to either side of the formation. Tight end on the left side. Running back either side of Work. Shotgun snap. Takes the handoff. Semenko looking for room to run on the left side. Finds it up the sideline. First down and more. Knocked out of bounds near the 35-yard line. So great play, and you find that tight end in the formation, and that gives kind of it away where they're going to run the ball. The tight end comes down, blocks that linebacker, gives a room to run as the wide receiver blocks out, opens up a big lane for Semenko. That's how he's broken off both of his long runs this game, is the tight end doing a good job of funneling those defensive linebackers back into the field. From the far hash mark, 1st and 10 from the 30, 7:30 left. Shotgun snap, handoff Semenko again, up the gut. With 3 defenders on his back, continues to churn his legs, brought down for a short gain. And Semenko, not the type of running back that Peter Haugo is in North, the type of, we call him the hammer and anvil type running back, where you're either the hammer or the anvil, and he is the hammer 9 times out of 10, just pounding linebackers. Semenko, more of a shifty running back, gets out in space, good end-to-end running from the senior. 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6 from the 35. 6:50 left. Run up the gut by Semenko, and able to break off to the 40, pushed out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Got lost in the sea of black. Is his jersey almost as dark as the Husky jerseys now? Taking half the turf with him on his jersey. Old school, that's what it looks like. You know, remember seeing those clips from the 1930s and 40s when it was the leather helmets and just dirt and mud just packed on these guys? That's exactly what Semenko's jersey looks like, as it's covered in mud from the wet field. Clock stops at 6:40, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. You can watch on KBMW News Live as well and see the game. Doing a good job over there. Our producer, Big Mike, making things look good. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap, handoff to Semenko on the left side. Finds a hole to run out to the 30, brought down inside the Time Machinery red zone. Another pickup of about 15 yards. They're calling that the fullback, Sandus, on the run. Correction. So Sandus with a 15-yard carry inside of the 20. 1st and 10 from the 19. 6:33 left as the Chang Gang moves. 21-13 lead Bruins in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Work out of shotgun. Takes a standoff, hand up the middle. Semenko, shifty running back, and fights into the end zone. Did he get it? He did. A 19-yard run from Semenko adds to the lead, 27-13 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. So they're calling it on Sandus, correction. So Sandus with the 19-yard run. 16:15 left in the 3rd quarter. Dockin with the point after attempt. Kick is down, or kick is up and is good. Extra point through the uprights. Makes this a 28-13 ball game. We'll be back in a moment. Fargo South leads on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard on KBMW, your home for Husky Athletics.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that mom and dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for mom and dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
Welcome back. Wahpeton fields the punt near the 33-yard line and goes down with it immediately. Landon Ralph did a good job on the hands team, fielding that short kick, jumping right on top of it. Looks like he might have gotten caught below the belt as he's crawling over to the sideline. Huskies don't have a lot of offensive line depth, so very important that he's able to get up and play as he's still on the ground. So an official timeout. We'll take one with them. 6:13 left in the third quarter. 28-13 lead in favor of the Fargo South Bruins.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
So Landon Ralph, okay, able to get up on his own. A little bit of cramping action. 6:13 left here in the third quarter. 28-13 lead for the Bruins. DeVries motion from left to right. Handoff up the gut. Docker looking for room to run. Finds a little bit of a gap, brought down for a pickup of about 3. Evan Docker in relief for Traden Malk, who had a shin injury in the second quarter. Sits him out for the rest of this game. He's been ruled out with a leg injury. So Wahpeton in the mud in the middle of the field. From the middle, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kubel out of shotgun. Docker on the right side. 5:38 left in the third quarter. Takes the shotgun snap off the ground. Kubla picks it up, throws it into the left, and able to get a first down. No, they called it out of bounds. Ooh, that's one where you wish you. That's one where you wish you had the replay going. As good defensive play by Avery Wolf to force. Who are they calling that on? Braden Steffens, they said, went out of bounds before he made the catch. And Steffens now, he's going to be nice and cold with mud down the back of his pants. 3rd and 8 from the 35-yard line. I thought he got both feet in. Guess he might not have been able to come up with that one. From the middle of the field, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kubel out of shotgun. Again, in the middle of the mud. Docker on the right side. Umpire gets back onto the other side of the field. Gentle breeze coming from north to south. Wahpeton driving into it. Takes a shotgun snap. 2-step drop back. Kubla throws a screen pass and intercepted by the Bruins. Bruins again sniffed that one out and stole the picnic basket. Defensive tackle just grabs that ball out of the hands of Evan Docker. And we'd love to tell you which big boy made that interception, but almost impossible with mud just tracked all up and down the jerseys of both teams now. They're giving it to Brody Anderson, the 6'1", 285-pound senior. So Bruins with best field position they start with tonight. 1st and 10 from the Husky 34-yard line. And they sniffed that out. They knew exactly what was coming. And that was just a big boy play as Anderson, again, you know, how many big boy cliches can you use there? But he just pulled that lunch pail right out of his gut. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right from the middle of the field. Running back on either side. Shotgun snap. Handout to the left side and a big tackle in the backfield. Langenwalter on the tackle. The senior showing out on his final game at Frank Verdon Field as a Husky. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. 2nd and 12 from They're calling it from the 36. Umpire's kind of looking for a dry place to put the ball. Able to get it on the hash mark. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right from the near hash mark. Running back on either side of Work. The senior signal caller takes a high snap. 1-step drop back. Feels pressure in his face. Runs it himself. Got to the left side. Contained. Brought down at the line of scrimmage. Wahpeton's defensive line. Talk about making a good pivot. Sniffing that out. So Work with a 1-step drop back. He's immediately looking down the field. He wants to find somewhere to run with it. He's got pressure in his face. And that's why those middle linebackers are so important to get pressure on the quarterback. He runs to the left. And good change of direction by that defensive line. We're going to give that to Luke Anderson, the nose guard, able to pivot and get down the line of scrimmage, hit Work for a pickup of 1. 3rd and 11 from the 35-yard line. If Wahpeton can hold the Bruins here after that interception, be huge, trailing 28-13. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun snap, handoff, up the gut. And fights off 1 tackler, down another. It's going to be close to a first down. And the Bruins, again, playing aggressive in this game with a 4th and short coming up. 30-35 left in the third quarter. They're calling 4th and 2 from the 27. And who would have guessed it? Mighty Mouse Omar Martinez jumping in that tackle. Kind of finishing off Semenko. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left from the far hash mark. Work, shotgun snap, handoff up the gut. Wahpeton in the backfield, and going to be turnover on downs as the Huskies pull down the running back. Huge defensive stop from Wahpeton. Cuts him short, so the Huskies going to take over from their own, going to call it like the 7-yard line. 3:04 left in the third quarter. The sideline on either side, just a mud bank at this point.
If you have the winning ticket, bring it to the south staircase to the press box.
And at some point, a lot of these guys have played in much colder environments, but that first cold, wet game you play in, and hopefully for the Huskies, this isn't their last cold, wet game that they play in, as they hope to play more games as the season continues. But that was the first time, at some point, you just got to embrace the cool, the dampness, and just keep playing. And they've done a good job in this one of continuing the drive. Low snap, Kubla able to recover, throws out to the right side, out and converted, or connected with a receiver on the far side. Going to be J.D. Gomez on the reception for an 8-yard pickup. 2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line. 2:35 left in the third quarter. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Docker on the left side of Kubla. Motions the receiver back in. DeVries or Langenwalter from right to left. Kubla, 2-step drop back, running in the mud, looking to his left, nowhere to go with it at the 30, directing traffic, throws across, able to connect for a first down out to the 45-yard line. And that was such a great play from Bjorn Kubla, directing traffic, telling guys where to go, feeling that pressure. And Wade Gilbertson on the sideline, happy with his junior quarterback. Avery Wolf with the tackle. 2:14 left in the third quarter. Huskies trail 28-13. And this is the most fight that Wahpeton has played with in a couple weeks now, really showing drive, finishing out their season at home, their final home game. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Kubla out of shotgun. Docker on his left. 4-3 defense from the Bruins. Docker runs up the gut, a pickup of about 4 yards as Wahpeton finally getting a little bit of a push up front.
Making the tackle is Trenton Hofer. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 on the run in between the tackles. 1:35 left as the clock continues to tick. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Kubala out of shotgun, running back to his left. Takes a snap. rolls to the right side in the dirt and bounces this one in front of the intended target, Jackson DeVries in the flats. So Kubla looking out in the flats on the right side, trying to make something happen there, felt the pressure. Probably a good idea to put that ball in the dirt, rather have it be an incomplete pass than an interception. 1:15 left in the third quarter. Clock stops at 1:15. 28-13 lead in favor of the Bruins on the Wahpeton senior night. Huskies trying to make something happen here. Keeping the chains moving. Third and long. Two receivers on either side of the formation from the near hash mark. Bruins queuing up on the quarterback. Langewalter motion from left to right. Shotgun snap. Bruins bring 4. Kubla throws down the left side and complete out of bounds. A perfect strike to Braden Steffens, and that is what Kubla and Steffens have had all season long. That back shoulder to Steffens, and exactly where you need to put that. You give the receiver enough room to kind of give a little extra shove on the DB, come back on it exactly where it needed to be. A fastball from Kubla. He loves to throw that hard strike to his receivers. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line, 1:10 left in the third quarter. Huskies chipping away down the field. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left from the near hash mark. Docker on the left side of Kubla. Handoff on the right side of the tackle, and going to be a pickup of maybe 2. Trying to hit that C gap. Nowhere to go with it. So a pickup of maybe a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 25. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Huskies trail 28-13. And you're still far enough away that you have plenty of room to work with to run some routes near the end zone if you're Wahpeton. And they have had one touchdown pass of 35 yards. We'll see if they run a similar play here. As DeVries motion from left to right. Handoff on the right side, and the jet sweep. Nowhere to go with it. As DeVries was motioning from left to right. The jet sweep got sniffed out and a loss of about 5 yards. So 3rd and long coming up for Wahpeton. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. So put the 4s up. Wahpeton goes in the 4th, trailing 28-14. 3rd and 15 after the break on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
AM 1450, KDMW Breckenridge Wahpeton, and FM 94.3, K232 FH Breckenridge, the voice of the valley.
Welcome back. Andrew Zimmel on the call with you on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW. 3rd and 15 from the 30-yard line. Wahpeton, long way to go. They flip side of the field going into the south end zone now. I want to thank you guys for watching on KBMW News Live on YouTube. Give you a little bit of a better view, potentially, of this touchdown throw. We'll see if Kubla can get it done. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back on the left side of Bjorn. Bruins show blitz. Middle linebacker walks back. That is Dorian Sandness. Breaks down. Bruins bring 5. The throw, 50-50 ball. And defensive pass interference And that's exactly what J.D. Gomez was looking for there. J.D. Gomez going down the near sideline, and the entire time he's pushing and shoving, he's putting his hands up. He's saying, hey, I'm getting shoved back here. Where's the defensive flag? And two flags on the play. One from the ref in the secondary, one on the ref on the near sideline. So defensive pass interference going to walk this one down. So a 3rd and 15 turns into a much manageable. I believe this might be an automatic first down. So it's either going to be 4th and 1 or it's going to be a first down. We'll see what the call is here as they're going to walk it out. Sometimes that's the most dangerous thing. They're saying they're doing math on the field. Sometimes doing math in the press box and doing math on the field, two very high called. So it's going to be, they're going to give it, I think, 3rd and 1. No, wow, giving them the first down. That's huge for the Huskies. So another defensive pass interference call keeps the drive alive for Wahpeton. Huskies got to make something happen here. Trailing 28-13. From the 14-yard line, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kubel out of shotgun, running back to his left side. Takes a snap, 1-step drop back, looks right, throws right, hats out to the 10. And J.D. Gomez pushed out of bounds, so clock stops at 11:50. And Gomez, he found the only spot on the field that maybe wasn't drenched in mud as he throws off his arm warmer. I think it's interesting that most of these guys, they went from wearing gloves to no gloves now. 11:50, 3-yard pickup on the throw to outside of the numbers. 2nd and 7 from the 11. Trips left, 1 to the right. From the near hash mark, J.D. Gomez on an island by himself on the near side. 2 on the play clock. 1-step drop back, throws to the right side again as Gomez, this one's broken up.
Kubel's pass intended for J.D. Gomez. Broken up by A.J. Moore.
And it was A.J. Moore on the breakup, the defensive back for the Bruins. Clock stops at 11:46 on the incomplete pass. 3rd and 7 from the 11 coming out for Wahpeton. 3 timeouts left for either side here in the 4th quarter. So Grand Forks Central beats Valley City 22-0. That's your I3G scoreboard update. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kubla out of shotgun. Docker on his left side. Takes the snap. 1-step drop back. Looks deep. Throws into the end zone. And Gomez not able to pull this one down and not bailed out by the officials either. Both officials giving the incomplete pass sign. As Gomez said, again, I'm getting pushed out of bounds here. Kubla was trying to put that ball in the back corner of the end zone. Gomez just not able to turn around in time to make any sort of play on it. 4th and 7 from the 11. Wahpeton going to stay aggressive in the red zone. J.D. Gomez coming back to the line. He said, I need that play again. Play clock at 21 seconds. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kubla out of shotgun, running back on the left side. 7 yards to go. Takes a low snap, throws the swing pass, and broken up and smacked. The 4th and 7, the intended receiver was Evan Docker, and he got broken in half. The safety coming up and absolutely demolishing that play. And I believe that was Semenko on the breakup. The Huskies have had a really tough time this year against safeties that are hard hitting. Too many Ed Reed highlight tapes in the locker room for some of these guys. 11:36 left in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 from the 11. Wahpeton goes empty again in the red zone. That's the second time tonight they've been in the red zone. Second time they haven't been able to get any points out of it. Trailing 28-13, 11:36 left. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Work out of shotgun. Handoff to Semenko on the left side, looking for room to run. 2 defenders on his back before being swung down the line of scrimmage. So Semenko, a very good north-south runner. Went a little bit too much east-west on that drive.
Tackle made by Evan Doctor.
So no gain, 2nd and 10 from the 11. 11:08 left in the fourth quarter. This South offense has struggled against the Wahpeton defense to this point. If you take away those two big runs, it's a 14-13 game. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. From the far hash mark, handoff again to Semenko up the gut. Wahpeton sniffs it out, able to pull him down. And Semenko likes to run in between the tackles. He loves to run those stretches on the outside with the defensive with the tight end forcing the defense back into the numbers, and a big receiver pushing a corner outside, opening up running lanes in that seed gap. But running in the B gap, nothing goes there. 3rd and 5. Clock continues to tick. 10:20 left in the fourth quarter. 28-13 lead for the Bruins. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Passing down for the Bruins. We'll see if they do it. No, handoff up the middle. Again, Semenko, room to run, gets a first down and more. Takes a, 7, 8, 10 Huskies with him. I think he added about 7 yards on that carry, just carrying guys. And the Bruin offensive line, they come in as well. They said, you know what, we'll give you an extra shove there too. Continuing to chop the feet, pick him up, carry him the extra couple of yards. Under 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter, 28-13 lead. And this is what head coach Wade Gilbertson talks about when he talks about being bigger, faster, stronger than other teams, or other teams are going to be bigger, faster, stronger than the Huskies. You got an offensive line in the mud with these white jerseys, and I feel bad for the equipment team that's going to have to try to use, Tide extra strength here to try to clean this out. Hand up the gut in the mud, just chews up Semenko. 2nd and 11 coming up on the dive up the gut. We'll call that a dive play. 2nd and 11 from the 35. The moms, too, that's a good point by our producer, Big Mike, saying feel bad for the moms. I don't know how many moms are cleaning football jerseys anymore, though. Most of the time, you bring it up, you strip down in the locker room, and you say, let's put some warm clothes on, and some poor equipment manager, usually the youngest coach on the staff, having to take all of those back to the locker room. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 11, 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Bruins lead 28-13. Shotgun snap, handoff up the gut, room to run, down near the first down marker. In between the tackles for Semenko again. Going to be short of the first down, so maybe a 10-yard pickup. Braden Steffens getting in on the tackle. 3rd and 1 from the 34, 8:40 left in the fourth quarter. Bruins break the huddle, come out. 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Trips. See if Wark is a passing down again. Nope, Semenko again. Men in the backfield. Wahpeton's defense swallows him up and spits him out. A loss of about 4. Wow, this Wahpeton defense making a big stand there. They're calling it a loss of 1. I thought it would have been more than that as Semenko nowhere to go with it. Under 8 minutes to play as the punt team comes on. I mentioned Wahpeton's defense tonight playing probably the best they've played this season against the run. It's only taken 8 weeks, but they're looking good this week. Punt is away. And fair catch is Evan Docker near his 25-yard line. Or Jackson Vrees on the punt return. Calls a fair catch. Probably a good call. Stops the clock at 7:32. Make sure you listen to the post-game show right here on KBMW as we will give you a rundown of all that's happening as well as give you some scoreboard updates. Here's one for you right now. Jamestown trailing West Fargo Horse 21-20 with 6:10 left in the game. They say the QRF is going to be interesting this week. So the play coming in. 10 seconds on the play clock. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kubla out of shotgun. Motions DeVries into the formation. Handoff to Docker. Looking for room to run on the left side. Nowhere to go with it. Swallowed up by the Bruins. Well, the South defense again making a stop. 7:15 left in the fourth quarter. 45-0 win for the Breckenridge Cowboys, and that's exactly what the Cowboys needed to happen as they get into their second half of the season, getting closer and closer to playoffs. Interesting section the Cowboys play in as well. Under 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap. Pump fake from Kubala. Fights off the defense. Rolls out to the left side. Running back or defensive line chasing him. Throws it out of play on the left side. So 3rd and 10 coming up for Bjorn and the offense. Bjorn Kubala stepping into the pocket, looking poised, but getting pressure to his left side. And as a right-handed quarterback, sometimes that's the hardest thing to do is run to the left because you're having to throw off an uneven base a lot of time, squaring your hips and trying to make a solid throw. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, running back in the backfield. Motions a runner across the formation from left to right. Shotgun snap, 2-step drop back, looks left, throws it, and out of play on the left side. So an empty possession for the Huskies after forcing a punt. So with 6:41 left, Wahpeton trails 28-13. Again, you got to think, how aggressive do you want to play? You're deep in your own side, 27-yard line. I imagine this is still punt territory here, but you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get if you're the Husky offense. And they're going to bring the punt team on for Wahpeton as they run guys on and off. 10 seconds left on the play clock. I guess they reset the play clock. Got it down to 15. Kubala in punt formation. Back to return are the Bruins. Punt is high. This one end over end. Bounces near the 40. Down near the 30. Rolls out to the 20-yard line for DeVries. Downs it inside the 20. So from the 19-yard line, 6:29 left in the fourth quarter. 28-13 lead for Fargo South. Lisbon leads Mayport CG 34-6 at the half. Oaks over North Cass 27 at the half as well on your I3G Sports scoreboard across the network. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Running backs in the backfield with Wark. Handoff on the left side. Room to run to the 30. Off to the races again. Finding room to run to the 50. Semenko fighting it to the 40. Keeps chugging his legs to the 35. J.D. Gomez grabbed on and did not let go. Semenko continued to try to force him off. Stiff arm, stiff arm, stiff arm. Nothing there as J.D. Gomez latched on, not letting go. And I'll tell you, if J.D. Gomez did not get a good hold on him, that was going to be another run to the house. Semenko, an explosive runner. And, you know, we talked about Peter Haugo at Fargo North as probably the premier every down back. And you think about Trey Malco, he's kind of Mr. Everything on this offense. Semenko has ate up the Huskies tonight, over 200 yards on the ground. Two receivers on the left, one to the right. Handoff on the left side, running to the 30. Out near the 25-yard line. And Semenko again, a pickup of a couple of yards. They're calling another tackle for the entire Wahpeton defense. As once you get on the north side of the field, just long shadows. And I would wonder what it's like for the quarterback, for Wark, who hasn't had to make a lot of throws tonight, but when you're trying to call out a defense or trying to make it audible at the line, do you have a tough time finding where those safeties are, where it's dark in the end zone? First and 10 from the 26-yard line. Clock stopped at 2:06. Handoff on the left side. Again, brought down for a pickup of maybe 2 or 3 on the carry for Semenko. Under 6 minutes to play in the fourth. Wahpeton trailing 28-14. 2-4 on the season. A loss tonight would essentially make next week's game a game for pride for Wahpeton. And you hate to see that game 4.5 hours away if you're Wahpeton. Receivers split out to either side. Work out of shotgun, running back on either side of the formation. Takes a snap high, hands off to the left side. Met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back near where the line of scrimmage was. Semenko, maybe a pickup of a yard on the left side of the formation. Again, trying to find that C gap, B gap, make something happen. But when you're a running back, you got to find that hole and maybe adjust. He really likes to go in between guard and tackle. But sometimes maybe you got to bounce it out. Hasn't been able to do that. Wahpeton doing a good job as those linebackers and safeties coming up, sniffing out the run. 3rd and 5 from the 20 inside the Titan Machinery red zone. 4:50 left in the fourth quarter. 28-13 lead for the Bruins. Receivers split out to either side of the formation. Shotgun snap, handoff to the left side. Semenko met at the line of scrimmage and again chopped down at the knees. I think if I was the head coach of the Bruins, I look what happens to a Trade Malk where a shin injury sits him out the entirety of the second half and most of the second quarter. I think to myself, do I have a junior or maybe a sophomore running back who needs to get some touches as I lead by 2 scores, 28-13 with 4:15 left? I imagine Semenko's night, or I would think Semenko's night might be on a pitch restriction here. You go to the over 200 yards. But again, Semenko on the field, work out of shotgun, running back on either side. 4th and 3 from the 17. Huskies have done a good job stopping on 4th down. We'll see if they can get it done here. Timeout taken by Work. We'll take one with them. So the Bruins didn't like what they saw, decided to take a break. We'll take one with them. 2 timeouts left in the second half for Fargo South. 3 left for Wahpeton. Under 4 minutes to play. 3:54 left in the fourth. 28-13 lead for the Bruins on your Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and healthcare, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
Welcome back. 4th and 3 from the 17 coming out of the timeout. Bruins again. 2 receivers split out to either side. Running backs on either side. Work, handoff, again up the gut. 1 tackle miss, brought down by a host of Huskies short of the line, or the first down marker. So another stuffing defense by Wahpeton. You know, the Huskies, again, outside of those 2 runs by Semenko, this is a very tightly contested game. Wahpeton's got their work cut out for them, trailing by 2 scores with 3:14 left in the fourth. And another injury for Wahpeton, or for the Bruins. So we'll take another quick break for the injury timeout. You're listening to the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Hey, friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894. The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Welcome back, Andrew Zimmel on the call with you. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Well, they're calling it the 16 now. 16-yard line. 3:47 left in the fourth quarter. It's inside the 20. Two receivers to the left, two receivers to the right, one to the left. Kubla out of shotgun, running back on the right side. Huskies got their work cut out for him as the Bruin that was hurt was able to get off the field. Shotgun snap. Kubla, two-step drop back. Looks to the left, throws, and in and out of the hands of a defender, it looked like at least. That was a dart thrown to A.J. Moore. Ball falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 16. 3:41 left in the fourth quarter. So the offense, the side of the ball tonight that has struggled the most, defense has done a good job holding the Bruins to about as much or as little as you could expect. Running back or wide receiver moves to either side of the formation. Shotgun snap. Kubler rolls to the right, throws into the flats, and ball in and out of the hands of Nick Langenwalter. I wonder again if maybe that ball just coming out of the only side of the field that's lit up in the north end zone, coming from the light into the dark, if that might have anything to do with it. But again, another drop for Wahpeton. 3rd and 10 from the 16. 3:36 left in the fourth quarter. Two receivers to the right, to the left. Shotgun formation for Kula, running back on the left side. Takes the snap. Two-step drop back. Pressure up the middle. Keeps himself. Runs it out and slides down. Penalty on the play. And looks like there might be a holding call on the Huskies. So Kubla runs out of that pocket, picks up maybe 2 yards on the slide. And this is going to walk it back. So if you're South here, do you make them go 4th and or 3rd and 15? Or do you just say, you know what, 4th and 8 is enough. They're probably going to punt this one away. So they decline the penalty. 4th and 8. 3:39 left in the fourth quarter. 28-13 lead. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Running back in the backfield with Kubla. Motions the slot in. Other side of the formation, two on the other side. Shotgun snap. Two-step drop back. 4th and 8. Pressure to his left. Throws it. And out of bounds, out of play on the far side. So South going to take over. 3:07 left in the fourth quarter. South continues to wreak havoc. Bruins take over. 28-13. So Semenko and Sandnes both come out. The fullback and running back combo of Sandnes and Semenko has been about as deadly as you can get. I'd be curious to see how far the South team goes. It's very hard to predict, not only just because it's high school football, but North Dakota high school football, anything can happen. Wrenches are thrown every single Friday night. Two receivers to the right, two receivers to the left. Shotgun snap, handoff up the gut. It finds room to run on the right side. knocks over a defender before walking into the end zone. 18-yard run with 2:28 left for Fargo South. So was that Semenko again? Yes, Semenko with his third rushing touchdown. Extra point coming up for the Bruins. 34-13 lead. The extra point is up and through. 35-13 with 2:58 left. We'll be back with more in a moment on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
So the third one-play drive for the Bruins makes this a 35-13 game. Line drive kick, and curious to see if the Bruins were they trying for the onside on that, or was it just a line drive kick? Huskies take over from the 43. Want to thank our producer, Big Mike, for keeping us on the air tonight, keeping the pen in our hand. Under 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Huskies trail 35-13. First and 10 from their own 43-yard line. And it has been a very pleasant experience in the press box tonight. We kept it around 60 degrees. Outside, though, 49 and drizzling. Wahpeton's offense on the field trying to cut into this lead. Two receivers to the right, one to the left from the near hash mark. Kubel out of shotgun, running back on the right side. DeVries motions from right to left across the formation into the slot on the left side. Shotgun snap. One-step drop back. Defensive end in the backfield and swallows up Kubela. Good defensive end play by the Bruins. That was number 33 on the tackle. That's Drew Kessel. And Kessel gets in the backfield on the right side. And I would give him a half a sack on that. I'd give Frank Burton Fields mud the other half. 2:25 left, second and 15 from the 38. 5-yard loss on the sack. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Kubla out of shotgun, running back on the left side. 4-3 defense for the Bruins. They bring 4. Two-step drop back for Kubla. Looking deep, throws across the middle, gets it out into the hands of a receiver before being walked down by Dwayne Mitchell. Gomez with a pickup of maybe 10 on the play. 3rd and 5 coming up from the 48-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play in the fourth. Wahpeton up-tempo offense, trailing by 3 scores. Two receivers on the left, one to the right. Running back motions or walks from left to right. Motion across the formation from left to right is DeVries into the slot. Shotgun snap, two-step drop back. Kubla looks right or looks left, throws left. Almost intercepted, goes over the head. And it's going to be Braden Steffens was the intended receiver. 4th and 5, 1:34 left in the fourth quarter. Huskies again going to try to go for it. For the Bruins, they've had a couple of one-play drives with Semenko breaking big plays. So I imagine in a situation like this, you'd think if you're Wahpeton, hey, if we don't get this, they're going to be able to run the ball out. No, maybe not. Could add another score to this game. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Shotgun snap to Kubla. Ball on the ground, And jumped on top of it is Evan Docker before being swallowed up by two more Bruins defenders. So a loss of maybe 5. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Could not end the offensive drive a worse way for Wahpeton. A low snap, goes off the mud. Running back has to jump on top of that one. 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. And with the QRF, we know we've debated a couple times, like, does a score differential matter in the QRF? Or does it just go off of what the team you beat, what their standing is? Because if it is score differential, because we've wondered a couple times with teams winning by more than 3 or 4 touchdowns, if that plays a part. Fargo North has essentially had the clock run multiple times on different teams as they run the score up. Does that help them stay at number 1? Shotgun snap. Warwick going to keep himself, runs up the gut, and tackled at the line of scrimmage. Schwartz on the tackle. 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Or 2nd and 11 from the 45-yard line. 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. Huskies trail 35-13. And Wahpeton's defense this evening has done pretty much everything you'd ask them to as the Bruins get into victory formation, going to kneel this one out. Work gets under center, going to kneel it at 1 second left on the play clock. So that'll be the final play of the fourth quarter as the game clock and play clock a second off. Play clock at 36, game clock at 30. That'll do it. 25 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Wahpeton going to drop to 2-5 on the season, the fewest wins they've had since 2020. They were 5-4, 5-4 the previous 2 seasons with playoff berths. And for the final time, these seniors walking off Frank Verdon Field. Next week, going to make the drive up to Turtle Mountain. We'll see if we make the trek up there with them. We'll take a quick break, come back with your post-game report in a moment on the Voice of the Valley, KBMW. Your final from Frank Verdon Field, 35-13, Fargo South over the Wahpeton Huskies.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires. Plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
It's important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
The The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wahpeton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Welcome back, Andrew Zimmel on the call with you. Your final from Frank Verdon Field, 35-13 lead or win for the Fargo South Bruins, so they advance to, let's get their record out here. South now 5-3 on the season. They will probably continue to be the number 2 team in the state after a tough loss from the Huskies, who look good throughout the defensively throughout the majority of this game. We'll go through it. South on their first drive, 70 yards down the field, a score with 8:13 left in the first quarter, a 1-yard run from Demirian Semenko. That's a name you're going to know at the end of the night. 7-0 lead after the extra point. With 11:30 left in the second quarter, an 84-yard run from Semenko broke it open, made a 14-0 lead for the Bruins after the extra point. Wahpeton did not go away silently in the night. They score in the second quarter with 3:37 left. A 30-yard run or catch and run from Jackson DeVries. Extra point was good to make it 14-7. That's the first score of the night for the Huskies. The second score came on an 82-yard catch and run from DeVries and Kubala. Extra point was no good, made it 14-13 at the half. Huskies in the second half of this one could not put any points on the board. With 11:44 left in the third quarter, Semenko on the second play of the drive, a 64-yard run with the extra point up and through the uprights. 21-13 lead. 6:15 left in the third quarter. A 19-yard run from Sandness, the fullback, made it 28-13 after the extra point. And in the fourth quarter, an 18-yard run from Semenko with the extra point made it 35-13. So Semenko scores 3 touchdowns on 3 one-yard plays, 4 touchdowns on the night. He is the player of the game for the Bruins. For the Huskies, defensively, you got to give a T-shirt to the entire defense tonight, who has played excellent. Trade Mount going out with a lot of time left in the second quarter with a shin injury. He did not play in the second half of this one. And you think maybe that's a difference maker in a game where Semenko had 2 long runs. You think maybe with Mount out there, does that change things? Is he able to chase somebody down? Husky, if you take away those 2 long runs, this is a much more level game, a 21-13 loss versus a 35-13 loss. But at the end of the day, moral victory is not going to do any good for the Huskies. Their playoff chances essentially evaporate tonight after a loss to the Fargo South Bruins. They have one more game. That is next week, a 6 p.m. kickoff from Turtle Mountain. And we might be making the trip up there depending on what the rest of the I might be making the trip up there depending on how the rest of this week goes for Wahpeton. We'll see what the final result is. One more time from Frank Verdon Field. The last time this season, Huskies drop their senior night finale, 35-13, and we will be back next week with more Husky football, the final game of the season. Thank you guys for listening on the I3G Sports Network and on KBMW 1450. Have a pleasant rest of your evening.
Tonight's Wahpeton football broadcast was brought to you by Action Realty, Builder's First Source, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Hike Camp Construction, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Titan Machinery, Twin Town Villa, Vision Ford, and the Wilkin Drink and Eatery. Be sure to go to kbmwnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. Thanks for listening.
From the wrong side of the tracks, born a breed apart. You can't tie 'em up, you can't pin 'em down. They're clinging to some old star.